Live from Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, it's the Joe Cortez Show.
Oh, welcome to the Fair but Firm Show. But this show, besides Fair but Firm, of course, it is the Joe Cortez Show because we are here in Las Vegas, the boxing capital of the world, and of course, you know, the entertainment capital of the world, where we have special guests every week. And this week, we have none other than Peter Guzman, the CEO, president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce here in the state of Nevada. It used to be Las Vegas, but it's the whole state now. You guys have grown to be big here in the state of Nevada.
Statewide. We're going to do it big things. If we're going to do it, we got to do it big, right?
I believe you. I believe
we got Latinos all over the state.
And that's why I said there's a fair but firm, like always. You're a fair but firm guy. And, you know, I think that you are doing great things. You've been the president and CEO of the Chamber of Commerce. And now that you are in charge, what are the plans in the near future for the Hispanic community? Well,
certainly before I say that, I have to say that it's an honor to be here with you today. You've been a friend for a long time, and I mean a sincere friend, and a lot of people don't know you've done a lot of good things in this community. You're constantly doing good things for the community, not looking for to be known, but I want people to know that, so I'm just honored to be here with you today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. You know, Peter, the feeling is mutual. We were together Friday night at a special event, Hope for Prisoners, and that event was so touching, especially, I've known you for years, but you said some things that night that I was like, wow, I didn't know this. And I want you to maybe share that with our viewers out there so they can know what we're doing here in Nevada, where we say this is a state of hope. We want to see prisoners of hope go places. Can you tell us a little bit about what you spoke about Friday night?
Yeah, so Hope for Prisoners is an organization that I'm so honored to be vice chairman of the board. I've been involved with it a long time. My friend John Ponder, this is his whole passion. And so, you know, listen, these are men and women that have committed low-level crimes in most instances, and we're trying to turn them into taxpayers instead of tax burdens. You can't just release them out with no training and expect them to not go back, right? So I think we're helping reduce crime. Ironically, I'm so proud that you were there, and think about where you were. You were at the headquarters of the Metropolitan Police. That's where we hold our graduations. In fact, some of the police officers that were there have arrested these people.
Exactly.
But Sheriff Bill Young, who was a dear friend of mine, he said, Pete, and he's a tough cop. He was a tough cop.
The undersheriff.
Yeah. Well, no. The Bill Young used to be our sheriff.
Oh, Bill Young.
Bill Young.
Okay.
He got me involved in Hope for Prisoners. Bill Young was a tough cop.
Yeah.
A no-joke cop.
Yeah, he was.
And
He
said, Pete, we're doing it all wrong. You got to know, you got to come and see this organization. So I got involved. And, you know, John Ponder's always telling me, Pete, he knows my story. You know, listen, he knows that I came. I did a lot of my growing up on 28th Street in Bonanza. And, you know, I had a very loving father who I feel like when I was born, my father hugged me and never let go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, you know, there were some tough times. But I had a great father, and John is always saying, hey man, share some of your story to inspire them. So normally I don't really like to do that so much, but I got inspired that night. And Friday I opened up, you know, and I let people know where I started, and that just because, you know, sometimes you're not born rich or born with a lot of privilege, that doesn't determine your future.
Right.
I'm president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce of Nevada now. It's an honor to be that. I took over for a man that I love, Otto Merida, and now we're killing it. Our chamber is got so much momentum, and the reason why is because we do things like Hope for Prisoners, man. We care about our community, and Friday what you witnessed was a lot of great people in that room, a lot of stories, and I had a young man come up to me and says, Pete, your story inspired me. I ain't going back.
Right.
I now know I ain't going back. I don't need to go back, and I'm not using my childhood as an excuse anymore. And I said, that's good, man, because I don't use mine as an excuse. It didn't stop me from selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate, being the top producer, and being president of the Latin Chamber. And that's not bragging. That is to tell people that even if you start with humble beginnings, you can get success.
You know, I've seen you throughout the years, and I've seen you really involved in the community, doing a lot of good things for the community. And I know that being the president of the Chamber of Commerce, it's got to be something that you got to be so, like, something special in your life, because you've been involved with it for many years, and I know you've probably been looking at it. One day I'd like to have that position. One day when Otto Merida, who we love very much, and he's a good man and does so much for the community. But of course, times have to change, and the younger generation has to come over and take the torch. He passed the torch over to you, and you took over, and we need a guy like you who has so much skills in the development of different things, not only in real estate or in production, whatever you do, but you are here now to think out what is the future for Nevada. What can we do for Nevada? And we were talking that night about what happened with one of your nieces back then. And you could tell us what happened and how you kind of helped push her in the right direction.
So first of all, let me say, that's why you're an amazing man. Everything you just said, we didn't even prep for this.
Right.
You've just been observing. And I appreciate that, because you've been seeing me for a lot of years involved with the Latin Chamber. And you're absolutely right. Otto Merida came to me at one point and said, one day I want to pass the torch, and I think you're the right guy. So start preparing for that. And I didn't know what to say about that.
Right.
So that happened 3 years ago, and I've been president 3 years, and it's been amazing. As far as my niece goes, listen, like I said Friday night, I have the honor and privilege to tell her story. She told me I can. My niece Yesenia is an amazing person.
Yes.
Amazing person. Was always amazing. Was the most beautiful little girl. Won all the beauty pageants. My sister, who, like I said Friday night as well too. My sister wasn't just my sister. My sister was my sister, my best friend, sometimes my mother. She always was my rock by my side, no matter what.
Right.
And she's a great mother, and she did everything she could with Yesenia. But sometimes life has a different, journey. And Yesenia went on a different journey and got hooked on drugs and started a path down drugs and addiction. And I'm gonna tell you something. Wow. My sister used to pick her up behind the Stratosphere Hotel. That's how bad it got.
Right.
She got down to 80 pounds. But you know what? My sister never gave up on her, and it's called hope. You give people hope. And today, well, as of Friday, ironically, Friday was 6 years clean and sober. She went and got her degree. She's working on her master's. She's a sociologist. She's helping people recover. 6 years clean and sober, man.
That was very special. But you explained that when you was explaining that Friday night, I mean, that came out of nowhere. I was just shocked, because I didn't know that part of your family's history. And knowing you and the kind of man you are that everybody loves in this community, including myself, I've always felt like that really touched me that night. And I feel like, wow, I didn't know this. And you as a president of the Latino or Latino Chamber of Commerce, you're able to share that, because that's why I'm saying you got the right man at the right place at the right time, because you have given that story to individuals out there listening, even our viewers out there right now watching, saying, wow, this is what we need in our community. Leaders like Peter Guzman, who can share that experience that we need to inspire you individuals out there watching and say, wow, we have family members or friends, loved ones that have gone through the same things. And watching this story, you guys can catch it on and pass it on.
It inspires people.
Yeah, inspires people to change that. There is a second chance. There is a God that's going to direct you in the right direction. If you get on your knees and say, give me the help. I need hope. I need something.
That's right.
And that program, Hope for Prisoners,
and you surround yourself with good people, man.
Good people.
Good, positive people that are not going to crap all over your dreams when you share them. They're going to actually embrace it and help you. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, like I did. I saw it. I said, oh, my God. I knew Peter, man, but now I really, truly, really feel more attached to you. But you sharing that, that was personal stuff, and you shared it with everybody.
When you gave me a hug, and I know you probably remember this, Friday night, after knowing each other so long, Friday, you gave me a hug. And I want you to know, Joe, I left saying that hug was a little different. And you said to me, this tonight was special.
It was.
That meant a lot to me, man, because I respect and admire you. And for you to get that I was opening up, that wasn't planned, man. I was just going up there to talk about one thing, and then John said, man, come on, do it tonight, man. Tell a little bit about your story. So I did, man, and I'm glad it moved you, and I'm glad that you were there to witness it.
Yeah.
And I tell you, hope is the cure, man. Even if you need second, third, fourth chances, man. everybody can turn their life around if you surround them.
Exactly. People,
you know,
make
earlier
mistakes.
you called me Pedro. You know, that was my dad's name.
Is that right?
And so that's an honor for you to call me that.
Pedro.
That's right, baby.
Well, you know, Peter is a special friend, and I truly love him. And we're going to be doing a lot of more things now that I really got to know the inside of his heart, the kind of guy he really is. I really want to get out there and help out more. I've been doing a lot in the community, but I want to help him now that he's the president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce. And I think I'm always thinking of ideas. I'm very creative. I always wonder. I wake up, I do all this thinking during the daytime, whatnot. Then at nighttime, I go to bed and I edit the whole thing so I can come up with a better idea for the next day.
Well, that's why you are who you are, and I'm the same way. I mean, you know, a lot of people think that it's always about dollars and money. It's about creative ideas.
Yeah.
You can change people's lives and inspire them with more than just money. Yeah, money's a tool, but you know what? There's nothing like sitting across from somebody and talking to them.
Right.
Right?
Talking to them and sharing that knowledge and wisdom. And I've been around the block a couple of times, so I know a little bit about life experiences that we all need. But sometimes you viewers out there can say, well, yeah, Joe's been around a little bit. I've been around, not only around the block, I've been around the world numerous of times throughout my boxing days. And I want to just share that the love and affection that I have for my people in the community and for you viewers out there. Some love me, some hate me. I love you all anyway. But the thing is that when you get to know people and you get to the experience, get to the stage of my life where I'm at right now, you know what? Who cares? I don't care if you hate me. All I know is I love everybody. I want to give my love and affection and get you guys on the right direction. And that's why I got Peter, my friend here, on the show with us, because he's a man that can help you get on the right direction as well.
And that's something else we talked about Friday, if you remember. We talked about the mirror. The most important thing is not trying to get everybody to love you and get everybody to, you know, be your buddy. It's about you being able to look in the mirror at the end of each day and be happy.
Exactly.
If that's the most important thing.
It is. It's so important that you got to live with yourself. And you can't go to bed with that burden on your back that this person hates you or that way. You're upset about so many people. You know what? Forget about that. We got to move on. You know, life is short.
We got a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do, and life is short. Let's make it good. Let's have fun while we're doing it. You know what I mean? So I feel like we have to do more together in the community, get more people involved, get more of our business leaders in the community to get involved. And sometimes they're saying some things are going wrong in this community, in the east side of town or the west side, whatever. You know what? I tell the community leaders, put your money where your mouth is at. Let's get back to the community. Let's put these kids on the right programs, you know, to get them the help they need.
That's the only way we're going to have a real, true community, right? A true community means it's a circle.
Right.
Everybody in that circle's got to be doing well, and then that dollar travels in the circle and creates a great community. That's what we believe at the Latin Chamber. That's my philosophy.
Right. No, you can make it definitely make it happen, especially you. You're the president. And you got to listen to the president.
You're putting pressure on me now.
You're the president, man. So we got to make sure it happens. And I'm sure, you know, now we're putting pressure on Peter Guzman.
I love the pressure.
He has the heart. That's what's important. He has the heart, and the heart goes with everything he wants to do out there. And that's why he inspired me, and he inspired so many people out there with his storage and his knowledge and wisdom as a businessman, good-looking guy, young. He wants to give to the community. You know, you're the man. Well,
I don't know about young, man. I got more grades than you.
Well, at least you got something. I don't. You know, I used to have that too, but when I said looking old, then I took it all off.
There you go.
And I look young again. But anyway, Peter, tell me, what's happening now in the near future in the community? What's going on? What's the latest?
Listen, I'll tell you, man, you know, politics aside, R&D aside,
okay,
it's undeniable that the economy is doing great. I got to tell you, I'm in real estate. So you could imagine what 2008 and 9 felt for me.
Yes.
We had to change our whole way of thinking in my office.
That's
you know,
right.
We went from a big team to a little team. And Governor Sandoval has done an amazing job in this state.
Right.
We went from 50th in a lot of categories to number 1 in a lot of categories. We still got a lot of work to do. Our education is still lacking behind.
Right.
Our public school system still needs to be improved. However, this is a great time right now. It's the economic boom out there. Right now, there is $15 billion of business, of construction. Not talked about. Permits have been pulled already. Okay? We're talking about Raider Stadium. We're talking about hotels, the Wynn Hotel. We're talking about construction everywhere. That creates economic development.
Absolutely.
We have the lowest right now, again, undeniable. We have some of the lowest unemployment rates in the United States right here in Nevada. So I'm telling those young Latinos, those entrepreneurs, Don't get caught up in that negative. Don't get caught up in what the news is selling every day. Skip that and get yours. Get out there and let's go. If you want to work right now, there is work. In fact, there are construction members of my chamber that tell me they don't have enough employees. They got to go get them in California.
Right. I'll tell you, the times are changing. I mean, the last 2 years, things have changed from negative to the positive, and things are really working out good. And I like to see where the Latinos and the Afro-Americans, all the minorities, but you know what? In reality, I want to see everybody.
I want everybody.
Not only just the Latinos or Afro-American. I want to see everybody in this country and in this state to move. There's opportunities out there for you now. And, if you don't make it, buddy, it's because you got to get off your butt and do something because the jobs are out there. The opportunities are there. There's no reason why you should stay home and wait for somebody to knock on the door. It ain't going to happen. You got to go out there and get it.
Joe, I've been president 3 years now. So our growth is over 26%. 12% of that is non-Hispanic. That means non-Hispanic people want to be part of the Latin Chamber of Commerce.
Of course.
That's a signal.
Of course.
That's a signal that it's time, that this is a good time right now. And so what I'm saying is, listen, yeah, I know that there's hard times and all that good stuff, but I'm telling you right now, you can't get caught up in all that negative stuff.
You can't.
You got to go out and get yours. Right now is a great time to start a business, whether it's in construction or services that work with the stadium. There's so much to do right now.
Okay, now that you're saying that there's opportunities for everybody, what if somebody wants to get started in a business, they have the idea, they got small funds, not enough to really get started. What opportunities are there? What direction can they take? Who can help them to get started with the small business?
Yeah, well, number one, the Latin Chamber of Commerce has funding through VCAUS. We have funding for small businesses.
Okay.
We have relationships with SBA. We have relationships with all the banks. They're anxious to lend money again. They want to get money out there. They got money on the books.
Right.
You just got to have a good idea and a tight plan, right? You can't just walk in. But if you got your stuff in order, and we help you get that in order.
So in other words, they got a good business plan of action, then you guys take it and help them walk them through.
We walk them through.
Okay.
Carlos Gomez over there at the Latin Chamber, that's what he focuses on, along with myself. We will help you. That's what we do.
Good. And that's good for the viewers to understand and know that that's what the Latin Chamber of Commerce is there for. Not only just to come there and talk about what we're going to do in the future, what we can do now. And they will walk you through the whole thing.
That's right. Because, listen, at the Latin Chamber of Commerce, at the end of the day, we don't care about politics. We don't care who gets credit for the good economy, who doesn't get credit. What we care about is small businesses growing, employing people. Small businesses run this country. They're the engine. They produce the most jobs, and so we have to back the small business community.
In other words, what he's trying to say is that you don't have to just be Latino to call a Latin Chamber of Commerce. You pick up the phone, call up. What is the website? What is the website?
You can go to lvlcc.com. I know the number was on the screen, 702-385-7367. You can call, and believe me, it'll be the first step towards opening up a small business.
So if people are thinking about getting a business started, your dreams can come true.
Let me throw another statistic at you. You're not going to believe this one.
Go ahead.
So, Hispanic businesses are failing at a 2-to-1 less rate than non-Hispanic. That means that Hispanic businesses are more successful than non-Hispanic businesses right now, startups. They're failing at a less rate. This is a great time to be Latino. This is a great time, more importantly, to be in this community. Whether you're Latino, black, white, Asian, whatever, there's business to be had.
And they can just call the number, or they can
call the number. We'll start them down the process, licensing, capitalizing, dollars, whatever we can do, we'll help them. We start from A to Z.
That's great. See, the Latino Chamber of Commerce, pretty soon you're going to see the front door, all the flags cross country. It going to look like the United Nations.
Joe, our lobby right now has a bunch of flags.
Is that right?
We're growing the flags. It's great that you said that.
Keep putting them up.
Keep putting them up because we care about everybody.
That's it. That's what we like to hear.
My dad used to say, money don't discriminate.
That's right. Once you get things going on the right track, everybody could benefit from it.
That's right.
All your dreams will come true. You want to get a house, a car. You want to go on a good vacation. You want to get a boat.
That's the American dream.
You want to put your RV in your driveway, put a boat in the driveway, even though we're in the desert, but we got Lake Mead not too far from here.
That's right. That's the American dream right there.
That's it. That's it.
And that's what we work for.
Yeah. And now what else can you tell our viewers out there of the future of Nevada where we're heading? What do you see? What's
Listen,
on the horizon?
Yeah, obviously we have political season coming up. That's going to be very interesting to see how this state, turns a little bit or doesn't turn. We're a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
We want politicians, candidates that are business friendly.
Right.
The government can't provide everything. We must provide. Small business owners understand this, and so we get very involved with the legislative session. We got involved last session. We thought last session was very anti-small business, quite frankly. Right. That might piss some people off, but that's the way it goes. I call it how I see it.
But it better be pissed off than be pissed on.
That's right. And let me tell you something. We're not going to let that happen. That's exactly right. We're not going to let that happen. So we know that under Governor Sandoval, many jobs were created. Unemployment rate came way down. He's done a magnificent job, along with a lot of legislators. There's good and bad in everything. We just need business-friendly people up in Carson City protecting the small business community.
I agree with you 100%, and I think that this is the timing is right. I mean, it's who's where at the right time, right place. This can happen, and I think what's happening now is a blessing that you're now the president and CEO of the Latin Chamber of Commerce, because we need individuals that can help direct our viewers out there in the right direction. Like we said before, you don't have to be only Latino.
No, of course
Black,
not.
Asian, white, I don't care, any color. You can just call down number and get an opportunity. I want to see you guys out there make your dreams come true.
Make them come true.
Because it can happen. It's there. I mean, this is an opportunity for you guys to say, you know what, let me call up. What do I have to lose? Nothing. You got a lot to gain and nothing to lose.
And there's a lot of people and a lot of organizations out here in the community that want to help you reach your dreams. That's what we're here for. And I'm telling you, it's available. And, think about how one change can create so much other change. Exactly. Look at the Raiders Stadium. I went to Carson City before one shovel moved that dirt. I was all in favor of building it. I know there was controversial on how we funded it. Man, what I saw was creating jobs and dreams coming true. There's young entrepreneurs that want to sell cups, T-shirts. They're going to be able to do that. Look what's happened since then. We're under construction. And the laborers union, man, they're building that stadium state of the art. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people out there working, and a lot of minorities out there working. Mm-hmm. But we got hockey. Look at the season we had in hockey. We got basketball. We got soccer. We got. Don't be long. It won't be long.
And we got the fights. Don't forget, I'm in the fight game.
Hold up. I was getting to that because I'm a big fight fan. I've been going to fights since they were being held at Caesar's Palace.
Right.
And my dad used to drop me off to Mandy Campo.
Right.
And I used to watch all the big boys fight. I watched Larry Holmes and Jerry Cooney fight.
That's right. I remember that back in the days.
Yeah.
A little before I moved here, because I moved out here in '92. So
In fact, honestly, Joe, I believe boxing doesn't get as much credit as it should for creating what Vegas is entertainment-wise.
Yeah.
The big fights, there's nothing like those big fights.
Yeah.
People dressed up.
Yeah.
All the big boys and girls come out and play.
That's the way it was back in the old days, man, the golden era of boxing.
That's right.
And now, but it's coming back, that UFC has taken over a lot.
I get it.
But boxing.
I'm going to tell you a quick story. I remember being about 11, 12 years old. I think it was the Larry Holmes, Jerry Cooney fight or the Thomas Hearns fight.
Hearns and Leonard?
Not Hearns.
Hearns and Hagler.
Hearns and Hagler.
There you go.
That's the one. I was on the steps. So my dad my dad was a maitre d' of the showroom. So he would drop me off a little early. Mandy Campo was a friend of mine at Caesars, would always get us a ticket. My dad would let me have that ticket. I remember standing on the steps. I remember this guy, Larry Holmes, coming out of the limo with a white fur coat.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, yeah,
and then Red Fox jumps out of a red Rolls Royce back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is real.
But you know what? It was not in the summertime, 109 degrees.
No.
That was in the wintertime. It was either December, January, February.
I don't know, man. In Vegas, some of these guys will wear minks even in the summer.
No, they got to be out of there. The guys are crazy wearing those kind of mink over there. But that's the way it was back in the day.
No, it was.
Everybody come out decked out.
All
the
decked
ladies,
out.
the men. It was a killer.
A lot of money being bet in those casinos, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of money circling around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good era, and you were a large part of that. But I think boxing really set Vegas on the entertainment map.
It did, I think so, because everybody's come out for that. You had Frank Sinatra, and he was a big fight fan himself. I remember him in Madison Square Garden. He was a ringside photographer of Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, back in '61. And then Vegas was just Las Vegas, but it was like everybody in Las Vegas, but back in '61 compared to now,
Yeah.
it's like day and night.
Day and night.
It was a little small, little nothing compared to the big city that we have here now.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. Like you said, the Raiders are coming into town now. That big Raiders arena. How much is total of that arena? How many billions of dollars they're putting into it?
I think it's going to end up at about 1.6, 1.7 billion when it's all done.
Is that right?
I might be a little off on the numbers, but it's going to be big and beautiful, and there's going to be a lot of events there. A lot of people are going to, it's creating a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of small businesses.
Yeah, now you look at T-Mobile Arena. I mean, that's only been up like 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you go to
We got hockey in there now.
when you go in there, you the fights, the hockey. Oh my God, the hockey game. I was never into hockey, even though we had the Rangers in New York. But I was not into hockey. I was made basketball, football, boxing, of course. But hockey, me? No way. When I went to one of the playoff games, the Western Conference games, I couldn't believe it. I mean,
what a show!
I walked into that arena. It was like, oh my gosh, 18,000 fans. They were all rooting for the home team.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. I got turned into a fan too. I never knew hockey. I did most of my growing up right here.
Yeah.
I didn't know hockey.
Who the heck would do hockey in the desert? Can you imagine
and
that?
look how successful that was in that. And believe me, with the I don't mean to bring us down, but with the October shooting. Think about what that hockey did. That the Vegas Golden Knights brought the community together at a time when we needed it.
And our first game, they came out. They did something special. The 58 seconds of the first game, they were dedicated to the to those killings. It was unbelievable. But
I was on the Victims Fund. Just so you know, I was on the Victim Fund. Steve Sisolak, Joe Lombardo, they asked me to be on that fund. It was a hard job. We were tasked with giving out that money that was raised to the victims. We met with victims one-on-one. Yeah. And I'll tell you, that Vegas Golden Knight time, I think, really brought us all together.
Yes, it was. I had a couple of those first responders at my house a couple of weeks after that, a special event I had in my house. And I tell you, it's very touching, to be out there and to imagine something like that happening. But Vegas strong. Came together and we did it, especially with the Golden Knights. It was a blessing in disguise because all our love came together, not only here in Las Vegas, but throughout the whole nation. Everybody gave us the love and affection of what happened here, because it could happen any place. Unfortunately, it happened here in Las Vegas, but we all got together and made it a better
it was beautiful.
State again.
It really, for guys that like us who've been around here a long time, we always know that we're strong and we know we're a great community. But when things like that happen and we see it firsthand, the law enforcement, the first responders, all of them, they came together. With the Latin Chamber, along with the Laborers Union, we did a barbecue at UMC Hospital for all the a lot of people. The nurses, the doctors, everybody was overworked.
Yeah, they were there for us.
They were there for us. So we did this barbecue. It was a great hit. Yeah. That's what we like to do. We want to be a community.
Exactly. I remember like 9/11 in New York. Everybody knows where we were that day when the 9/11. It was so unbelievable, something like that to happen. And then that time, all that started to fade. It will never fade away 100%. But we'll always remember that date of 9/11. Everybody knows where you were at.
That's
I know where I was at.
Yep.
But when it happened here, October 1st of last year, we never thought something like that so tragically would happen again in our country. And it happened again. That's why I tell everybody out there, just watch what goes on around you. See something, say something. Don't just don't let things just forget about things in life.
You got to talk. You got to speak up.
Pick up and see. If you hear something about somebody talking, try to find out what's going on, because we need to, you guys out there listening, you're the eyes and ears of this country. You help out with the law enforcement. Pick up the number, call out 911. I mean, people kind of seem to forget it to remind you about that, but I never forget. We have to keep on reminding one another. This can happen again.
It's a new era. We got to all be watching and keeping our eyes and ears open.
Exactly. But anyway, Peter, I just want to say that having you on the show today is something very special to me. It means a lot to me because not only are you a good, dear friend, but I know where your heart is at, and I know what you're going to keep on doing for the community in Las Vegas. And our viewers out there know that Peter Guzman and the Latin Chamber of Commerce is there for you to open up the door for you, get you back on the right track, and make your dreams come true.
And we're going to do a lot of things together now, Joe. I'm glad. There's a reason. God does things for a reason. You were put in that room with me so that we can reconnect and start doing a lot of things together. And I'm honored to be your friend.
No, it's my honor, too. So I just want to tell you viewers out there, don't forget Peter Guzman. Remember our name, Peter Guzman, a very special man. We love him, and we're here to help him any way we can. Our viewers out there, have a great day. We'll see you next week. And remember, like I say in boxing, keep your guards up at all times. I'm fair, but I'm firm. And thank you, Peter Guzman, for being on our show. We'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.